I gathered 5 players, all with net worths over 10 billion coins. Then I asked them to make a new profile and try to make as much money as possible in just 1 hour. They were allowed to unlock the bazaar before starting the challenge because it's much harder to get nowadays. But other than that, they had nothing. Let's see how much they were able to make. Introduce yourself and what's your net worth?
My name is Alon and my net worth is 14 billion.
I'm Joy Lama, and my net worth is, I think, 50 billion coins.
Hey, I am Ari. My net worth's about 12 to 15 bill, if I'm not mistaken. It's something like that.
What's going on? I am Mr. Zombulicious, and my net worth is 30 billion.
So my name is and my net worth is about coins.
Before we get into the rest of the interviews, please consider subscribing because we are so close to 100k, and if you want to be in the under 100k gang, subscribe. How long have you been playing Skyblock?
I played like on and off for 2 or 3 years, I think.
I have been playing Skyblock for about 2 years, I think.
I've been playing for like 3.5 years, I'd say, approximately. I mean, I did a lot of farming when I first started before they made like, you know, Jacob contests and all that. That was what I did for a while. And only more recently have I been properly like trying to get more into the game and not just do like entirely stupid things.
I've been playing since October of 2019, a couple months after Skyblock originally released.
I've been playing Skyblock since the second day it came out, but I ended up switching to a different profile after a few months because I joined a co-op and I've been playing on that profile ever since.
How much were you able to make in an hour, and what method did you use to make it?
I made 2.5 million in the hour, and my plan, it got complicated. I started from mining wheat, and then I did bazaar flipping for the rest of the hour. I flipped beating hearts because their prices are very different. Like you can buy order at like 2 coins and sell offer for like 3,000, so that's pretty good. And then for the most part, I crafted pumpkins into enchanted pumpkins because they are also very profitable if you craft them. And now, well, the part where it got complicated is like my plan was buying Titanics and then selling them because they get sold pretty fast by people doing experiments. So that was my plan, but then I realized I needed to buy one and then sell one. Like it took a bit long.
Okay, so I almost made 3 million coins, but here's how I started. So I started by farming to get a rookie hoe to get like some coins as a starter. And after that, I went to gravel mining with a flint shovel, but I realized that I needed potions to insta-mine, so I brewed haste pots. And after some time, because it wasn't really making a lot of money, I started flipping on the bazaar. I was flipping Robotron parts. But since the markets were moving like super fast, I chose to just like main flipping them. So for the remaining 30 minutes, I got, I think it was 2.7 million coins. So yeah.
So including my purse in the bazaar, I probably made about 5.5 mil. I mean, there's some stuff I could still claim, so give or take a little bit. I started by mining wheat in the hub just for like 4k to start off. The first few things I bought, so critical 6 was a critical part of my plan, pun intended. Also bonzo fragments I used, which I don't know why, I just saw that it was a big margin, so I had a lot of those. And then once I had enough money for lethality, it was around 13,000 coins for lethality 6. You could sell it for like 100k, and that's when things started speeding up. From there, I did just the most miscellaneous things. So fell pearls, decoys, beating hearts, and then I took a bit of a risk because I was making a lot of money at that point, just like buying and selling red gifts, where I got a bunch of Turbo Pumpkin 1 books. I even insta-bought a few of them and made a Turbo Pumpkin 5, which I put up for 2.5 mil.
So I made 2.6 mil. My goal was to use the farming garden island to try to get an RNG drop of either an overgrown grass, a dedicate 4, or any of the big drops that would have given me a ton of money. So first starting off, I went from my island to the hub. I went and hit a couple pieces of wheat to get me some basic money to get a hoe. I then bought the rookie hoe. Then going to the garden, I started farming wheat. and then I swapped to Carrot after I unlocked it by getting to guard level 2. I stuck with Carrot through the rest of the method because it was one of the best money-making methods for early on in the garden. And after hitting Carrots for a while, I then invested 600k of the coins I made into a personal compactor. Using the personal compactor, I threw an enchanted carrot into there so I didn't have to stop and sell my inventory or craft them down, which allowed me to just farm throughout. And after every plot, I would go check the current visitors I had to see if any of them had one of the special items. But sadly, it did not pan out.
Yeah, so I was able to make around 10 mil in the hour, and the method I used was
If you were to continue this profile, what would you use the money on?
So I would use the money to get a carrot hoe or one of the other mathematical hoes. Then, using the money that I would make from upgrading that, I would then start to get melon armor and just increase the farming gear until it was steady enough to be able to get the profile off its feet.
So this is probably a silly way to go about it, but I would keep Bazaar flipping until around like 8-9 mil. Get a booster cookie for the wisdoms, because then when you're grinding all these skills, it's just way faster. And mostly the potion effects is the biggest thing, where you actually just like don't lose them when you die, and then get a god potion.
I would say I would spend it on starting gear items like AOTE and maybe armor.
I'd probably keep flipping, and then once I had enough, I'd get like a fire veil and start to do like Crimson Isle things, once I get combat 24, of course, because you can make a lot of money in Crimson Isles.
I'd probably just use it to flip even more until I have around 20 mil, then buy a cookie and a god pot and use whatever I have left to buy some gear and continue from there.
How long do you think it would take you to get back to your mains net worth, and what would be the process?
Probably like a year or two. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to be like doing Kudra. I'd have to be doing Blaze. It would be something stupid. Or maybe I could do like auction flipping or like lowballing. I don't know how good that is though. It would probably take like a year or two. I don't know. I don't imagine starting another profile and then getting 50 bill.
It could probably take me like 3 or 4 months if I strictly did farming, just because it is a steady money making method. You can get like 10 mil an hour pretty easily, pretty consistently. So at that point, it would just be how much time do I want to push into farming?
Like a year and a half maybe?
I think I would do it faster than I did originally, because the first time was just so comically slow. And, oh yeah, the question was how long? Like a year maybe?
So it would probably take around a year if I solely focused on getting money and nothing else. But playing normally, it would probably take me like 2 years instead.
So normally I would end off the video here, but of course you guys do want to know who was able to get 10 mil, and drumroll please. It was me. Yeah, it was just me. So basically, after I saw everyone do this, I thought I could probably do better than these guys. And I was kind of right, but it's because I used a different and much simpler strategy. So all I did was go farm wheat, get a bit of wheat, sell that, then I just reverse NPC flipped. So buy stuff like packed ice, slime balls, sand, and then sell that right back to the bazaar. That gets you a good starting amount. This time I did at like a less peak time, so it was a little harder, but let's say you do that at peak time, you can get upwards of like 150k from that, and then you just use that money and you flip enchanted snow blocks. Literally just do that for an hour and you will get to 10 mil. It's that easy. I did nothing else, literally only enchanted snow blocks for an hour, and I was able to get 10 mil. And if you start with like 5 mil, you will literally do it at max efficiency and you'll be able to get 10 mil in like 20-30 minutes. The only negative is that there is a limit to how much you can do this, simply because there is a sell limit to NPCs. So once you hit that limit, you can't profit off of it anymore, but you can get like a quick 10 mil every day. Yeah, but other than that, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.